Hey guys, Emma-Bugs1 here for another Minecraft video, and today I'm going to list off some tips for noobs. So if you're noob, this video is for you. And these tips are not like numbered or anything, I'm just kind of like rambling things that I do and things that I figured out when I was playing and from other videos that I watched about this. So anyway, if you're noob, keep on watching. So sorry I've not uploaded a video in a long time. I know I've said that so many times. I've had a crazy summer. Not a lot of time to fit in to do this. And also, just kind of like not really being so committed. For example, if I've recorded and edited halfway plenty of videos, and then I just kind of never upload it and forget about it, and it really sucks. But anyway, this is tips for noobs, so if you're a noob, keep watching, and let's transition into tips for noobs. So the first tip that I have, is to right away, just punch trees, and I usually get around 16, wood, so I can have an even stack of wooden planks. So also don't forget to collect all of the saplings, and this is kind of an obvious one, but when you start out, don't do anything else. Just go get wood. And also, once you collect that wood, you should probably go exploring a little bit to see if there's like an ideal place to build a house, which for me is a place with animals and vegetation and a mountain that I can build my house into, which I will be getting to in a moment. Also, when you start out, don't go immediately to building a giant house, which is what my next tip is very much related to. Don't try to survive out in the wild with no shelter and just collect materials for days and build a shelter. Unless you're doing some kind of challenge, don't do that, because it will be much faster to get to that, much easier if you just start out with mountain house with shelter and storage, so on. So right now I'm just building a pickaxe so I can mine into that mountain and start out with my house. So I usually build 2 into the mountain, and then I will build a 3 by 3 by 3 little room, which I organize in a very specific way every single time, just so it's easier to sort of maneuver, what am I talking about? So it's kind of easier to use the space and easier to start out, so I don't have to resituate myself every single time. Also, once you have enough cobblestone, immediately go and change to a stone pickaxe, just so you can finish building faster. So as you can see, I'm building a 3 by 3 by 3 room. That's, wait, what's that horse? God, that horse is creepy. Okay, weird laugh. And also, if you run into any coal while you're digging in your house, I mined it out later, but always try to mine coal. Even if it's annoying to do it, because you'll need it. So what I'm doing here is I'm mining out 3 spaces in the back wall, and I'm going to put 2 furnaces and a crafting table in there. So I'm just going to snatch my crafting table in. And I'm going to place it in there, and then I'm going to place 2 furnaces. I have exactly enough for that. And right in front of it, I'm going to build a double chest, and right next to that is where my bed is going to go. And you'll see how it all fits together. That's just sort of how I construct my house. And in the beginning, another tip is to not worry about aesthetics too much, because when you're starting out, it's more of a distraction. So once you start getting more resources and the game starts progressing and I always get to a point where I don't really have anything to do in the game. Like, I can't really do anything that would help to further my survival because I already have, like, lots of diamonds and lots of space. So that's the point at which I start working on aesthetics, which is pretty far into the game. But for now, don't worry about it. Just dig a hole in the mountainside. And another reason that I build into the mountain is because it's much easier to expand, and if you do eventually want to expand outside of the mountain, you have plenty of resources that you got from digging out, and you can use that as well. So it's more of like, instead of having a nice outside house and then also having to mine, you'll have a nice inside mounted house and not have to mine as much. So now I'm building a stone sword, which is leading into my next tip, which is when you find some animals, which is where I usually build my house by, don't worry about, like, keeping them there and remembering where they are and then bringing them back and having a farm later. That's only going to come into play later. For now, just kill it as much as you need, and if you eventually kill all of them, then don't worry about it, because you'll have a farm, and you can be vegetarian. So that's great. So when you start off, because you need the food, don't really worry about, like, saving them up. You can just kill them and eat them. It's great. So now I'm just mining out this coal in the mountain and filling up the spaces. And I do this because I'm lazy and don't feel like filling it up entirely. I just put a torch in the hole and then build around it. The torch is there so mobs don't spawn, so I can still sleep in my bed. And as you can see, I have wool and stuff, so I'm going to build my bed and place it right in between the double chest and the wall. Right there. So yeah. My next tip, I believe, is... Oh, don't mind, I'm just fetching an egg. Just fetched an egg. Ooh, eggs. I don't know. My next tip is to... Where is it? I guess I'm just cooking right now. God. Get to the next tip already, please. There we go. Okay, so my next tip is don't strip mine. Don't do it. That's bad. Don't strip mine. That's lame. Instead, go find a cave. You'll strip mine eventually, but you go down into the cave. And that's where all the resources are, so you're not just wasting your pickaxe digging down when you could just take a pre-mined hole down. And I know I just used an iron pickaxe, but make sure to bring down a variety of pickaxes, and when you start at the surface, you use the pickaxes like the lowest tier, so you can use wood to mine stone, stone to mine iron, and coal, and then once you get down to diamonds, you have iron pickaxes that are not used at all, that you can just use to mine redstone and lapis and gold, etc. So, I guess the tip is save the best for last. And again, mine all the coal you see. Mine all of the coal in the universe. It's annoying and boring to do, but you won't regret it. Just do it. Coal is great. It's really useful, especially once you have a giant castle and you need to light it up. That's a problem that I've had. That it's really dark, but really big. Anyway, another tip is to, so you don't get lost in the caves, you can also do this by just like sort of building shapes in certain directions. Place your torches on the right, so you know the way to get out is you're walking in the direction where the torches are on the left. So now I'm getting into farming. Just get like a very minimal amount of seeds. You won't be needing them, a lot of them, when you start out. I just got 7 seeds for growing wheat, and I'm going to mine out a little room inside. You don't have to do it inside, but I just chose to do it inside. And I conveniently mined out, so there's a crafting table and 2 rooms at once. So as you can see here, I mined out 1 hole, and that's for water. And that's because when you farm, water will spread out in 4 blocks out. So you only need to place water every 5th block to hydrate your soil if you have a bigger plot of land. So I'm just making it so I only have to place one block and hydrate everything around. And I'm just filling it in now. Also, when you build your first farm, and really when you build any farm, since different tiers of gardening hose don't affect how well you garden, I don't use stone or iron, use wood, make a wooden hoe, and then you don't waste your stone and your iron. There you go. Also, this is the last tip, I believe. Yes, it is the last tip. Don't jump on your garden. If you're like running across it, don't jump on it, because then you're going to break the seeds and you have to replant them, and they start all over growing again. So yeah, that's all for this video. But before I go, I just want to say a few things. Right now I'm just putting pressure plates down. I've been meaning to announce this for a while, but if you guys do want me to play any other games other than just Minecraft, please tell me. I can play like Sims, I can play Skyrim, I could play anything you guys want me to play. So that's it for this video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!